What's up, guys? Starting off 2021 pretty strong. This is the first check of the year. Actually, this is the second check. I apologize. Had a smaller one last week come in for only about 3,000, but this one's pretty good. Yeah. But this is the work of last year, right? This is the work of 2020. Now, I want to shoot this video real quick and talk about Joe Biden and what that may mean. A lot of people are saying, and they're asking me, Nick, if Joe Biden decides to put a postponement on foreclosures, how is that going to affect the overage and surplus funds business? Here's the reality, guys. In 2020, there were hardly any foreclosures because of COVID-19. Same goes for tax sales. But what happened to my business? Nothing slowed down for us. All we had to do was pivot, and we just went back and started working older files, older foreclosure cases, older tax sales that had surplus funds available. And just from the old files, we had our hands full. So if Joe Biden decides to continue the moratorium on foreclosures, we'll just keep doing what we've been doing. And that is focusing on older cases that already have surplus funds. And there's a ton of them out there. So to answer that, I hope that answers the question, well, what's going to happen to the business? Nothing. Because there's enough work out there already from past year's sales. But the reality is, I don't foresee a postponement of foreclosures being likely. I've already noticed that some moratoriums are being lifted already. There are tax sales that are being held already. In just this month, there's been several tax sales being held all across the country. And so I'm not stressed or worried about what Joe Biden is going to do. I'm just going to keep focusing on what's working. And what's working is working older files. And then when the new ones come, which they will come, then we'll start working those cases as well. All we can do, guys, is, it doesn't matter whoever's in the office, all we can do is control the controllables. That's not my line, that's a line from one of my mentors. Control the controllables, meaning focus on what it is you can control. Me, I can't control what the president decides to do, but I can control what I do on a daily basis. And so what I choose to do is I choose to look for leads and find those leads that I know there's still money available for those homeowners. And honestly, guys, there's no shortage of it. I was working a list last week in a more rural area, almost $1 million just in this one county alone of excess funds. And so I'm just focused on what I can do. And what I can do is keep doing what's worked for me. If something needs to change, I'll change. We will continue to get our leads. We will continue to find people that are owed money. We will continue to contact them and offer our services to them. Some people will say yes. Some people will say no. And we'll just continue as we have continued the last year and years prior to that. And so whoever's in the presidency, I don't really foresee things changing a whole lot. If anything, what we've found is, especially in these first 2 weeks of 2021, well, I guess almost 3 weeks, today's the 18th. Wow, that's crazy. We're getting a lot of callbacks right now. And I think it's because the holidays are over. It's a new year. People are no longer busy with the holidays. And they're calling us back and they're ready to go. They're ready. They're saying, send us the paperwork. We'll review it. We'll sign it. We'll send it back. Just today alone, guys, I'm sending out 5 contracts to people. Okay. So again, let me just stress this. It doesn't matter who's in the presidency. It doesn't matter if the moratorium continues. There is so much work out there right now that already existing from past sales that there's no shortage of business. And so we'll continue to do what we've done. And I would suggest that you either jump in the game or do something, because what kills me is folks that have been following me for months and months and months, and they ask me questions. Well, what about this? What about that? And they're good questions, guys. Like, I'm not trying to dissuade you from asking questions, but at the end of the day, when are you going to stop asking questions and actually start doing something? Because what kills me is when someone who first reached out to me a year ago reaches back out to me and says, hey, is now a good time to get involved in the business? And the bottom line is, yesterday was a good time to get in the business, but today's the next best time. And don't worry so much about things that you can't control, guys. Control what you can do on a daily basis. Focus on what you can do. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be a reason of why something shouldn't work. But then there's always another reason why it can work. Either way you want to look at it. Neither way is right or wrong. It's just how you perceive it. You can perceive something as not being able to work, or you can actually go try it and take action and see if it works. Experiment. Try it out. The difference between those that try and those that never try is, well, the ones that try, at least they see some sort of result. Whereas those that don't try anything new, they just keep doing the same thing, and they keep getting the same results. So anyway, guys, now's as good a time as ever. But there's always going to be a reason why it can't work. It just depends on, are you going to be the one that actually goes out and controls what you can control? Or are you going to just worry about things that you can't control and use those as reasons not to change your life? Choice is yours. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Again, business will continue. Doesn't matter who's in the presidency. As long as there is death, divorce, disease, disaster, financial or natural, as long as those things always happen, there's always going to be foreclosures and tax sales. And as long as there's always foreclosures and tax sales, this business will always be around. And that's the bottom line. All right, thanks, guys. If you want to get started, you can go to school.overagecourse.com, and we'll see you in the next one.